Today I'm going to be checking out the AMD APU Tuning Utility. I want to test out whether this tool helps with battery saving and gaming. Their claim is that you can gain anywhere from as little as 5% to as much as 35% of extra performance. So let's find out. You can download their tool from their GitHub page. I will be linking the page in the description. Just go to here, Windows Download. You will find an MSI file in your download folder. Just double click that and install it. Once you have installed the program, you'll find it under Universal x86 Tuning Utility. This is what the program looks like, and the best thing to do is just use their pre-made presets. There's an eco mode, which is designed to be energy efficient and maximize battery life. And there's a balance mode, a performance mode, and an extreme mode. Those three modes are mostly for gaming. Under the custom tab, you can create your own presets. You can tweak those parameters and save them under your own preset names, and then what you can do is set them as presets that are activated on certain events, such as the battery charge or the battery discharge, which is actually really interesting, and I'm going to look into that further. But for now, I'm just going to use the pre-made presets. So this is right now without the AMD APU Tuning Utility. I am on a Lenovo Z16 with the AMD Radeon 6500M, and I'm on a custom Windows build called Windows X Lite. Let me just find a quiet spot on the ground so we can do our comparison. Okay, so I'm getting around 200 FPS, as you can see. Now let me turn on the AMD Tuning Utility. So I'm going to select the extreme modes. So it doesn't seem to make a huge difference having it on or off. Let's hide in this bush, and it's so 170. Let's turn it off again. Now it's off. 180 and 70. Let me turn it on. So 180, 100, and I see a 9 in there. To be honest, it seems about the same. Let me try the balanced mode. Okay, so this is actually lower. That's quite interesting. So it definitely does something. Let me try extreme again. And now let me try turning it off completely. Yeah, I don't really see that much of a difference, to be super honest. And back to the extreme setting. I mean, I'm not sure it does do a whole lot of difference. So I've set it now to balanced, and the power profile also to balance, just to see what it would do to the fans. So as you can see, I'm getting decent FPS on the balance profile, which I much prefer because the fans are not that loud that way. Now the question is, does the tuning utility do anything here? I'm seeing 200. Let me turn it off now, the tuning utility. Let me turn it back on. Balanced, looks about the same. It's also about the same. So I have here the Lenovo ThinkPad Z16 set up with it's completely off mains. It runs on battery, and I have it so that a video is running. And on the left hand side, you see here I have a battery info view, so we get the discharge rate 4.285 while the video is running. So I guess I'll be turning on the tuning utility and see if I can get the discharge rate below that. So I have started the tuning utility. Let me select the eco mode preset. Let's move it to the background and let's see if the discharge rate goes down. As you can see, it's now below -5. So we did obviously have a very low value to start with. I'm not quite sure whether it helps or not. So it also reached now -4.6, and it sits there quite reliably, -4.5. So that's really good. Now I'm testing the laptop without anything running, so no video running, to see how far down the discharge rate goes. It sits now at -2.9, and then I'm going to be turning on the AMD utility to see if it goes lower. So I'm just going to let it run for a little bit without any applications running to get the lowest idle rate. So it seems to be settling in on -2.7, -2.69. So I'm going to be turning on the AMD Tuning Utility and see if we can get it lower. So I've started the AMD Tuning Utility and set it to the eco mode. I'm going to be minimizing it and just going to monitor the discharge rate. So it just keeps hovering around that 2.7 mark. So yeah, once again, it doesn't seem to be doing much. Maybe I'm missing something here. If I'm using this tool wrong, let me know in the comments, please. So actually now it sits at 2.8 6.2, which is definitely lower than what I achieved without the tool. So maybe there is something happening. So I've actually now also turned on the battery saver, and actually now I've got it much lower to -2.399. So this is now with the tuning utility and the battery saver. So I would now also turn off the tuning utility to see if we can get those low rates also with just the Windows built-in battery saver. So this is now without the tuning utility, and we also reach -2.399. I'm not quite sure what the tuning utility does and if I'm using it wrong. If I do, please let me know. But it doesn't seem to be doing much in either the gaming case or the battery saving case.